So, meanwhile, Julian, you've just bought your owl, which you're free to name whenever you want. Food for the owl is going to be 2 gold pieces, and this is like enough food for the year's supply of like the school year. Just not a year's supply, but like enough, like a school year isn't 1 year. It's only the months.
All right. I'm pretty sure I'm done in here, so I'll nod, taking the cage and hoisting it over my shoulder.
Dante, you're in here, and then also Slime has got the cat.
Yeah, I'll be making my way out.
I'm gonna start walking downstairs with a cat on my shoulder.
I can't control the bird, by the way.
Alright, so as you walk away, you see the girl sort of come up with her parrot, and she starts trying to buy it. Lucky, what do you do? And then Dante also can do anything.
I'm gonna start walking over the counter to make a purchase.
Alright, Dante, do you do anything?
Let's see. Okay, so what is the situation that Dante has missed out on?
Okay, so basically not a lot has happened to you. Okay. You got a letter of acceptance. Inside of it was a small little like glass marble, like a gray marble. You crushed it or threw it on the ground or something. Basically the letter said to destroy it somehow. And then you just wound up in this like marketplace full of all these people, like all these people dressed in like normal clothing. They're like all these different races, like elves, dwarves you've seen before. People in like wizard clothes with like all these big tall pointed hats, all these robes and like wands and like staves walking around. And you just instinctively went into this place called the Magical Menagerie, which is this big building, probably one of the biggest buildings in the entire marketplace, full of all these cages and all these animals. And you've been in here, and some guy was playing with the cats, and you're kind of watching him because he was kind of weird. As you're looking around the other animals, there are like all kinds of animals in here. And you see there's kind of an episode where a cat sort of jumped around in the rafters. It was getting out of its cage, and then that's the cat that this brunette guy is just kind of holding, walking towards the counter. Some guy just bought a red owl and is sort of walking out with it on his shoulder. And the old lady is sort of fumbling around trying to get this girl a parrot.
Okay. Is it required by the school to have a pet?
Absolutely not. A pet is very... It says on the thing that a pet is optional. You can totally have a pet with you in the dorm. There are some restricted pets, and it sort of has like a list laid out.
Okay.
And yeah, besides that, it's just you're good to do whatever.
I think Dante's good.
Alright, so do you waltz out?
Yeah.
Alright, as you sort of take in stride, like with this some other guy's got a bird on his shoulder. And as you two walk towards the door, you bump into this girl as she also opens the door, and she sort of comes in. It's this girl, and she's holding a robot dog in her arms. She's got earbuds in, and as she sees you, she sort of just like awkwardly kind of like steps back outside and like kind of lets you guys like go through.
I will.
Which one of you two walks out first, or do you have like one of those moments like you both try to go through and like?
I think we're just both standing there gesturing.
Takes his right.
Do you two like both offer for the other person, and like both go, and then like both stand back and then offer?
Alright, you go first. Then I go.
I insist.
Alright, okay, I'll go then.
Okay.
Alright, Dante, you walk out. Over to the left is where you are now. Alright, then Juliet, you walk out, of course.
Yeah, I'm like eagle-eyeing the weird dog she's holding. Have I ever seen something like that?
Never ever. That's a mechanical animal. You've never seen anything like that. She just sort of stares intently and awkwardly at you as you just sort of walk out, and then she just strolls back in around you.
Let's see. Okay, where do we get wands?
Alessia, you sort of awkwardly ran into Dante and Julian. Like, you didn't say anything, and they didn't say anything, but they just kind of bumped into you as you walked in and they walked out. And then you just had like one of those awkward moments where they like both try to go through the door and like offer to the other person. You just kind of witnessed it all.
Oh, she would probably just say like sorry really loudly.
At this point, like you see that this girl sort of she like waves at the old woman with a cage with her parrot in it, and she sort of walks out with the parrot.
Okay, I walk over to the old Nilla with freckles on my shoulder, hopefully, and ask, how much would this cat be?
She says, you want to buy that cat?
Yes, ma'am.
She says, Are you sure you want to buy that cat?
I like turn my head to Freckles and see his response.
Freckles looks at you like almost pleadingly, like
His
it's
eyes
like the cute
glow.
little cat eyes, like
Just like the kitten face.
yeah.
They start flashing, and in your head you hear, "Buy me."
Demonic.
I give Freckles a little scratch under the chin. And look back to Miss Miller. Yes, I'm sure.
She says, "Oh dear heavens, thank the Lord, the day has come." And she sort of like starts fiddling with like, a bunch of stuff. She gives you this little cage that looks cat-sized, but it's super a bird cage. And she hands it to you. Not the cage that Freckles previously had upstairs, but just a new cage. She pulls out another supply of like cat food similarly to Julian. She says, "Just take it, please. Five gold for the food, but just literally just take the cat."
Okay. I can do that. I shout for the cage and food.
All right, so you now have the cage and the food. You don't have to put Freckles in the cage if you don't want to.
Oh no, Freckles is staying on my shoulder. I just reach for the cage.
And she'll also explain to you like the return policy. Like if the cat ever runs away and you want him back, just bring the cage in and we'll talk about it. I can do a summoning charm to get him back. It'll be fine. But just that situation now. Just please get him out of here before he like gets lost in here or something. Just go, please. And she like will come around and she starts like shooing you out, like pushing you.
I'm moving.
All right, you sort of also have an awkward run-in with Alesia, and so does this girl.
I gave him.
Alesia is like turned around looking at the door. If they're mad at her or something.
I just stopped.
This girl will sort of say, excuse me, could you get out of the way? Just excuse me, and she starts trying to get by you, Alesia.
Body block.
Sorry.
She says, yeah, no, you're totally fine. Yeah, bye. And she just walks past and she walks out.
There's a squeak when she says sorry from Tearful Squeak Toy.
I wait for Alesia to enter before I continue on.
I thought she was already inside.
She is.
Yeah, I just don't want to get it. I just don't want to walk in front of you and be rude.
No, she's not moving. She's just standing there, so they're just paying Tearful.
Okay, so I try just make sure I don't bump into you and leave. Yes. I give a small wave and a smile as I leave.
She doesn't even notice. She's not paying attention.
Fair enough. Like who walks out the door? Hopefully not into anyone.
Alright, so Alesia, you're now at a completely empty pet store, except for old Mrs. Miller. She sort of crawls back around the desk and sort of gets back behind it. She looks relieved, like, so happy right now.
Excuse me?
She says, yes, dear, what do you want? And she sort of leans forward on the desk.
Alicia's gonna put down Tearful and just go sort of point him off in the direction of the dogs.
So the dogs are sort of up in like cages, like suspended from the ceiling. They're not in like a little. It's weird. They're all in like big cages, like bird cages, but like dog-sized bird cages, just suspended from the ceiling. He sort of just inspects them. He's not really doing anything, and they're sort of like looking down at him. And the old lady looks expectantly at you.
Do you have a hamster dragon, pseudo dragon?
No, I don't think we have any of those. I'm so sorry. I could maybe arrange for one to be ordered, but I don't know if it'd be here in like maybe weeks, months even. I mean, we haven't had a demand for them in a while, so when the ones that were bought kind of just slowly dwindled out, I just kind of stopped getting any more. People seem to really like the cats nowadays, and she starts rambling off about like what people like in pets, just kind of almost oblivious to you being there.
Oh, Alicia looks really sad.
Like she's still talking to you, but like just your input to the conversation. She's just like dwindling off, not even talking about pseudo dragons anymore.
Oh, like once she realizes that this is just gonna be a ramble, she just turns around, whistles at Tearful, and walks out.
All right, so you guys have all sort of walked out of the magical menagerie at this point, just all sort of standing out in the street. Actually, Yertle, did you leave Snip Trims? I think he's MIA.
I forgot I was muted.
Okay, yeah.
The classic.
Like, gets people. I would have left, gave Debbie a thumbs up, gave them the money and that.
Alright, so literally all of you are standing out in this square, just sort of all like getting glances at each other.
I'm gonna be looking over like the message, like seeing, like where the hell would a one shot be?
I'm running towards the broom
relight
shop.
my blunt.
I'm just gonna wait until my turn.
Like, we can see the broom sign from here, right?
Oh, totally. But, like, the place, it's not like packed or crowded. There's a lot of people, but it's like sort of sparse. Like maybe there's 100 people in the entire place right now. So it's kind of far in between, but there are people moving around. There's traffic. But you can totally, like, there's a clear space of everything you can see. And you can see boom brooms. It's like, it's got this huge presentation. It's like this, like, there's like all the moving scrolls like I described earlier. Like boom brooms, it's like it looks amazing outside.
Yeah, he kind of just mutters to himself, I'm getting a broom. See us. As I look around to my peers and start walking towards the brooms.
Like,
Does anyone else accompany him to boom brooms?
I was actually gonna walk back in.
Alright, so
What are you, a sim? Just keep forgetting what you're doing.
No, I was gonna actually buy a broom, thinking on second thought, because it feels weird not being able to fly.
I'm not going to trust a random broom store. I don't need to broom anything off the floor. I'm good. Just my character wouldn't know what the fucking flying broom is.
You do see pictures of people riding on magic brooms, but you still wouldn't really have any frame of reference to understand that. And you're not really sure what's going on at all anyway.
Yeah, I'm just relighting a blunt to what was put out. Just like,
Does anyone else go to the broom shop?
Nope.
All right, so Julian and Gale, you're back in the broom shop.
Hey, Bob.
think I would,
I want the
like,
garbage broom.
Snip Trims would probably catch my eye on the way past.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
And a turtle?
a couple of mannequins and this fabulously looking turtle sort of like strike you. Not only is there a walking giant anthropomorphic turtle with like this weird getup walking out, but there are also these moving mannequins that sort of move and dance around you and start like trying to get your attention as you walk past them to boom brooms.
I'm gonna head over to Step Trims.
Yeah, I kind of just freeze in front of Yodel, just staring.
Don't trust the faceless demons.
Hey, Tom, what are you?
What are you?
I'm the human. What are you? What? You're a turtle dude.
I am Yassel the Turtle. Well, actually, no, Yassel the Mary, but still.
No, it's just because, like, I'm just here still technically. It's like, is your name a pun?
Are you a wizard?
Kind of. I am.
You're a wizard, Harry.
He's able to turn into a mouse.
Yeah, I can do that and
Just
some other things.
as a general question, like, we're all considered wizards, right? Despite us being bards and druids.
So,
and...
basically, the class that you are is just kind of like a formality.
Yeah.
You'll all be referred to as wizards, as casters, as spellboys, like whatever. It's just it's all just kind of, it's all just one kind of colloquial term. The idea of classes existing is not like at all a thing. Like people don't really understand the fact that there are different forms of magic at all.
Okay.
Like in any capacity. Yeah, so you guys are sort of looking at, inspecting this turtle as like all these mannequins start dancing around you and like looking at like all their cool clothes, like doing little dances.
And why do you have a robotic dog?
Closer to us.
This place is awesome.
We're all gathered here. Hey, bench girl. I'm gonna walk over to her. Hi.
So creepy.
Sorry.
Going to go to the dog and start petting it and be like, good metal pop.
It's made of
The
metal.
girl on the bench that's literally just down beyond the mannequins.
Oh, she's gonna shout at some chick across the field.
Wait, Gale,
No, I'm
Gale,
gonna ask her
do you
if she knows
do
what's
you
going
walk
on.
up to her or do you just shout at her?
I'm also walking up to her. Hey, bench girl.
Bench girl.
I don't know your actual name. Hey, what else do you identify her as? Hey, girl with black hair.
Lady. Miss.
Yeah,
so
that's
Gail, you
clear.
see this woman sitting on a bench. She's reading a book. And as you say all these names, calling her,
I just call her bench girl once. I just, hey, bench girl.
she does not respond.
Okay. Hey, a formal one. Hey, miss.
She still does not respond.
She just like in. How old does she look?
She looks about the same age as you. She's like a teenager.
And she just sticking her nose in the book. Continuing
Not
to
sticking
read
her
it?
nose in it. She's just holding it in her lap, but she's just like staring at it, like absorbed.
Fair enough. Can I see what it is? I'm just gonna glance.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
She is reading a book entitled A Game of Thrones. She's just sort of staring at it.
It's a good one.
I'm not the only one who took a book from real life.
Nice.
That's amazing. Huh. That seems interesting.
She's towards the end of it. She's sort of like staring at it. You sort of like duck down to like read the book, and she does not notice you whatsoever.
Ah, a smart one. At least for me. She's now officially bench girl in Gail's head until she gets a name, by the way. And I'm going to, I guess, go back into the broom shop. Sorry.
I'm gonna slip past sort of everybody, like really awkwardly, not saying anything, and go to snip trims.
All right.
The people in there are hilarious.
Yeah, I'm following. I'm kind of watching Gale walk over and just start like asking this chick some stuff. Just like, fair
Be
enough.
careful. Don't trust them faceless demons. Also, the guy in there has a weird walk problem. Trust the lady though.
What? Look, Mr. Yoda, we're going to get brooms after this if you want to come. We can fly around. It's cool.
How do you fly on a broom?
Yeah, I kind of point up at the sign where the people are flying, like, just like that. You just sit on
How
it.
does that work?
We can find out.
Okay, I'll go in.
Oh,
I'll
crap,
try,
Dante,
like-
did you walk into snip trims too?
Hmm?
Did you walk into snip trims? I think I just moved your token without actually
Yeah.
asking if you. Okay, you go in. Okay.
Yeah, we're all...
I'm going to try do one quick puff of my thing, so is gone, and then walk into snip trims and wait for the person who has offered a deal with me.
All right. Inside, you see the same man and woman standing there.
Two Elysius! What the fuck?
Gail, do you go in again, or when you see all these people just go in there, or do you sit
No,
up
no,
on
no.
the
I'm going to the broom store still. I'm just
Okay, so you go
gonna.
to boom rooms. Okay, so we'll get back to you in a second. Okay. So as you guys
Elysium,
know-
Elysium, what the hell?
Clone Jutsu.
Oh wait, crap! Was that
Pass
you,
me your
Elysius?
image. Yeah,
I deleted
It
it.
was.
Oh, okay.
it was.
It's dealt with.
Okay, sorry. As you walk in, the man of the two just sort of screams. He goes, "Oh my God, so many people!" And he says, "Oh, the turtle. Looking good, man. Okay. Debbie, help."
Debbie.
And he sort of gets up onto the
Mr.
pedestal.
Debbie and Debbie.
I can just go.
Oh, you can see his name too. Okay, good. Yeah. He says, "Okay, Debbie, just pick one. Just pick one." And he's like freaking out, and she goes, who wants to go first? Any takers?"
My head shoots straight up.
He says, she says, yeah, okay, here, come forward. And she sort of comes over. She takes her by the arm gently and sort of guides you. And does your owl like stick on you, or do you want like
He can go free roam in here for a bit, I guess.
He sort of flutters over to like onto the hat stand, and she takes no notice of it, like it's totally chill.
Nice.
She sort of walks up to the center and she says, oh, you were already, and he says, oh, this boy knows what he's doing. All right, here we go.
Honestly,
he
all I
starts,
need is a hat.
He starts snapping his fingers, and a bunch of a tape measurement comes out, and then all of a sudden your clothes start changing colors. He's like, okay, let's see what we can do here.
It's a rave.
Debbie hears you say this, and she walks over to the hats. The other guy takes no notice. He's like, okay, here we go. And he's like stretching all your stuff, like looking at it. He's like, this one matches your eyes, but he snaps his fingers, and a bunch of robes start coming over from the table.
Cool.
he takes your hair and he starts like reaching up to your hair to like where your ears are.
Oh
like,
yeah, I stopped that. I like cut my ears. I'm like, oh, it's okay, my hair's fine.
He says, whatever. Make a persuasion check.
Oh god. You know, for a bard, I didn't actually train in many charisma skills. I mean, I had the passive bonus that they were good anyway.
Slime, does Leku actually come in though, or does he just like?
No,
okay.
no, Leku is.
Do you want? There are windows. Do you
Leku-
want to just watch what's going on with all these people, or like?
No, Leku is just gonna shyly realize everyone is entering the trends shop and just start walking around the other way and looking for what's to be a wand shop.
All right, go ahead and make a wisdom check while this is going on. All right, so Julian, the woman comes back. She comes back with a matching blue hat. She says, "Do you want a feather, darling? Do you think that'll?" And the guy sort of waves his hand dismissively, and he goes, yes, definitely a feather. Of course he wants one." And he's sort of like he's like measuring your shoes, like
Yeah,
bending
like,
down, like really staring at them, like hunched over, completely staring at your feet.
like Julie's like body is fully complying to what he's doing while he's just addressing Miss Debbie. He's paying
Like
no
you get
notice.
lost.
Yay. Just put me on a random part of the map.
I'm
for the
sure
dogs.
you know what you're doing, Mr. Debbie, but I have a bird. I have enough feathers. I think the feather might be a bit much.
She says, you don't want a feather? She sort of says like quietly so like he doesn't hear her as he's like just
He
like
shakes
staring at
his
your
head.
laces.
He shakes his head.
She says, all right. And she plucks the feather out of the hat. She says, try this on. She like hands you the blue hat.
I place it upon my head.
All right, yeah, you now have a blue hat. And you see she sort of like moves her hand across your face as she does this, and you feel like makeup being applied to your face.
Ugh.
Ooh.
He like starts poking at his face. Like, what happened?
She says, you'll smear it. Give it a second. She like gently like puts your hand away.
Okay,
And
what is
the guy
it?
on the ground is sort of just like, oh, here we go. And you see you're wearing pink socks
Michael's
that are
so
like
good at that voice.
thigh-high.
Oh! How did you get inside my shoes?
He did not take your shoes off, and you just feel thigh-high socks you're wearing now.
Oh!
And he says, and this will match. And he's sort of like, he like pulls his hand across your hand, and then all of a sudden you're wearing pink gloves.
Um.
And he says, and
Make
now
it
we can get
very
some
long.
earrings in here. And he pulls out these like little bejeweled earrings. He says, don't worry, this will look fabulous. And he sort of goes up to your hair again to try to put it back in.
No. Miss, does he think I'm a lady?
No, he's just like trying to give you earrings.
No earrings, please. I mean, the socks I can deal with, but the earrings.
She sort of takes his hand. She goes, just don't give him earrings. Just leave his head alone. He
Yeah,
goes,
leave
oh
my
my
head
gosh,
alone."
fine. And he puts the earrings away. He goes, well, I guess we're done then. What do you think? And he steps away, and a mirror appears in front of you, just like out of a puff of smoke. And
Well.
you always looked good, but you look like good.
I feel assaulted,
You look-
but I look amazing.
Your robes are like slightly different color. Like they're the same shade and everything, but they look like more like defined. The gloves are a bit much. You're not sure how much you like those.
I'll
You
probably
can't really
take them
even
off when I
see-
get outside.
You can't see the socks, but you feel
Oh,
them.
but
They
I can feel
like-
them.
They
Like,
feel comfortable, but the fact that they're there makes you uncomfortable, so it kind of undoes the comfort.
it's weird,
And the
but
hat,
you
the
can
hat
get
looks really
used
nice.
to it. I like it.
She says, it's 5 gold for the sort of the updo. You can go back anytime you like. And everything's yours to keep. And yeah, just what do you think?
I'll take it. I'd pay 5 gold for the hat. Hello.
She says, all right, there you are. So you liked your Yurtle also have advantages on charisma checks the rest of the day.
Yeah, I walk down, kind of strutting, just double finger click
Like
at the two
catwalk
people.
walk, just like
Yeah, I strutted a bit.
I try to pat the owl.
with okay, you make an animal handling check, and then Julian, make an advantaged performance check.
Oh, the one charisma thing I took.
Oh yeah, you freaking Debbie starts clapping, and Mr. Debbie goes, oh yes, and he snaps his fingers, and like a bunch of like spotlights starts appearing around you and like waving around the room as you just like walk down the pedestal. Like you were just kind of being like a little like dramatic, being a little silly, and he just takes it way too far, and
It
like
kind of startles him.
he like thaumaturgies some like voices like cheering you on, and he's like, "Oh, work it," as you're like walking down. He says, "Who's next?" And he turns to Dante and Alesia.
Sure. Howdy.
Debbie sort of walks down. She sort of takes it by the arm, and she's going to lead you up onto the pedestal. And she says, "Do you have anything you're looking for specific before we get started?"
I mean, like, I don't want to, like, I want to keep my coat, you know. Coat's my favorite. What do you have for hats? Like, what kind of style hats you got?
She says, we have," and then he interrupts her. He says, "We have everything." And then he walks over to this little hat rack, and it's like there's a lot of wizard hats, but there's also like top hats. There's like trilby fedoras. There's like all this stuff. There's like baseball hats up here even. He's got all this stuff. He says, "What do you have in mind?"
I don't know. Like, surprise me.
Oh, I should actually roll for it then. This would be cute. Okay.
Cute.
Okay, he gets like this big like sun hat, like this like Victorian era like flowered sun hat.
No.
It's green. It matches the coat, and then he hands it over and he says, "All right, hold still now." And he snaps his fingers and it levitates onto your head.
Have you got anything that would match more of the style of my coat? Not necessarily just the color.
He says, "Are you saying this isn't stylish?" And he holds up like this really gaudy like green like sun hat with like ribbons all over it, like all these flowers like blooming out of it.
I give a curt yes.
He says, "Oh my God, Debbie, I can't work with this." And he starts going over like to the hats again. She says, "Do you want like an officer's hat to like match the coat? I don't know if we have like that, but we can do something with. Do you want like that kind of like a military hat?"
Yeah, sure.
She says, do you want like a beret or like a brimmed? What do you like?"
Brimmed.
She says, all right. And she snaps her fingers, and then a ton of the scissors in like her little apron pocket like fly out and go over to this table that has robes on it. And like this sheet of green fabric like stretches itself out, like all like levitation based, and then it like cuts and like stiffs real thick, like fast. And like all these like crazy materials come out, and then like in like a matter of seconds, she's like telepathically constructed this like officer's hat.
Damn.
And it's like this grim like captain's hat. She sort of like brings it over to you. She says, "It's not like an official hat or anything. I can't put any like badges on it. But how does this look?" She sort of puts it on your head.
Perfect.
And as she does that, you feel your face like grow a little moist. It's like weird. There's like you feel like you've applied like exfoliation cream or something. Like something has been done to your face.
Alrighty.
It's very subtle. You're not sure what it is. And then like she sort of pulls away and she says, You look fine for the most part." She snaps her fingers, and then your hair is like kind of combed a little. It like sort of styles up around the hat.
Alright.
And she says, "Well, I think that's about it. I don't think we need to do anything else. What do you think?" And she snaps her fingers, and a mirror just appears in a puff of smoke in front of you, and you see yourself. You've got like trace amounts of makeup, like nothing like you don't have like gaudy eyeliner or anything, but just like your face looks like better, and you look really good, especially with the hat. Like you like the style that she's sort of done you up in. It's not too much. They haven't done too much to you, but you look really good.
I think the only thing I need now is a loose fitting tie.
He says, "And now you're talking sense!" And he runs across the room. He pulls out a tie. It's like he has a variety of colors, and he's sort of looking around, and he just gives you a black one, and it's got like sort of like very, very fine, very barely noticeable like silver stripes, and he sort of like whips like it, like he snaps his fingers, and it like a snake dives into your collar and like ties itself, but then like hangs loose like below where you have it unbuttoned. And she says, "This will be 5 gold for the whole updo."
Yeah, sure.
All right, so you hand over the 5 gold, and then now, like the both of them, you have charisma check advantage for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
All right, you step down, you sort of go over to them, and then the guy says, "All right, you!" And he squats, like he like lunges towards you with his finger out like a fencer, and he's pointing at Alesia.
Elysia will jump really rapidly because she just barely notices it out of the corner of her eye. It's one of those situations where like you're half paying attention. She had opened up her book she keeps in her pocket. And can I just say she looks like a mess because she's wearing clothing that like you would wear to bed, just a t-shirt, sweatpants, and her jacket. Got,
like the fur hood jacket.
Yeah, the stuff that's like the ears built in. There's a small scream, sort of small-esque scream of like panic.
He says, "Dear Lord, you're a mess. Get up here!" And he sort of grabs you by the arms, and sort of hoists you up.
Can I make some sort of check to make sure she doesn't fall off the pedestal when she's flung up?
Yeah, make an acrobatics.
She is not prepared for this at all.
Acrobatics disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Ooh.
He's flinging you upstairs.
Yeah.
You super trip, like you're about to like eat it, and then Debbie catches you. She's like, "Oh, careful there, honey." And she sort of sets you up right. The man walks forward and says, "All right, let's do this." And he sort of like violently pushes Dante out of the way, like throws you
Oh, God.
Okay, Dante.
as he
I'll
walks
catch
past
you with
you.
my shell.
What?
Well, howdy.
And he walks over to the
Thank you,
hats and he snaps his fingers, and the tape measure starts measuring you up. And she says, "Are you looking for anything in specific?" As clothes already start flying around you and like wrapping around like different parts of your body.
She looks like she's on the verge of a panic attack.
You're being assaulted by like different straps of like yarn and clothing as like stuff starts flying around. And
Yeah,
like your clothes start changing colors, and like he's like, "Oh, what works here?" And he's like looking around all these like hats.
Yeah, she does look. She looks like she's on the verge of an attack at all this.
She says, it's okay, don't freak out." And she sort of puts like a gentle hand on your shoulder. A red wizard hat sort of flies over onto your head, and he sort of like snaps his fingers, and your fur coat, the fur stays like the same color, but the coat itself becomes red, like a very garish, like maroon.
Does it fit her ears?
It does. It does not change the shape of the coat or anything.
No, I meant the hat.
The hat probably wouldn't. The hat just kind of like shoves your ears out the front of your hair. It just looks like more hair. They don't really take notice of your ears. They haven't said anything. Your ears aren't too obvious. They just kind of look like part of your hair.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say something because this is where they come out. It's when it appears on her head, her ears just flick up, and she's just like, really, like, what the fuck did you just put on my head?
Debbie kind of gives you that a weird look, like, what? Like you see, she like verbally says, "What is?" And then she just kind of stops. Mr. Like the guy takes no notice. You're now wearing like, not like super tight fitting, but you're wearing like almost like jeans, but they're black. Like you're wearing black jeans. You've got like this huge billowy like shirt on underneath your jacket that's now
fishnet
red.
stockings.
No, please.
I'm gonna roll for it.
No.
Get the fishnets.
Irish, odd or even.
Black eyeliner and red eye contacts.
Even.
Oh.
Yeah, you're wearing fishnet leggings, and you're wearing basically black black jean short shorts with fishnet leggings coming out of them. Your jacket looks like it's almost longer now, like it sort of goes down further. The sleeves are a little bit more poofy. It feels a little bit more comfortable, almost weirdly enough. Debbie says, maybe not the hat, actually. She takes the hat off you, and as she does, you feel like some weird, like you're a girl, so you feel like makeup's been applied to your face.
Which she has never worn.
Oh, I don't imagine Lisa put it on most of the time, but at least I thought you at least know what it was. But yeah, never mind. So something happens to your face, you don't know what it is. And she takes the hat off. She says, maybe we should put this back. And he says, "Oh my gosh, this is why you're not in charge." And he puts the hat back. And he says, "All right, fine. If you think she's done." And then he snaps his fingers, and a mirror appears in front of you.
Elysia is fiercely rubbing her face.
So, as you catch like a brief glimpse of yourself, like, you look really, really good. Like, your hair has never looked like this undisheveled, and like, you look really like pristinely nice and like very pretty, in this mirror. And like, you sort of like rub away like your facial things, like you got like glitter smeared across your face. Like, it looks kind of weird now. You look really good.
And just So it's short shorts.
It's black short shorts. You're still wearing like this loose-fitting red T-shirt that's like tucked into the shorts, but it's like still kind of like billowy. You're wearing your coat, which has now been turned red. You're not wearing the hat. You have some smear makeup on your face, and you have like small black boots.
She's gonna look herself over and just trying to be quiet, but not really. I look like a 1920s slut.
1920s, Jesus.
Fishnet was a really big thing in the 1920s, along with short shorts.
Yeah.
20s. Guess it was.
She says, "What do you think, darling? What's going on?"
No.
No.
The guy says, "Oh my gosh, fine then." And he snaps his fingers, and all of it just disappears. Like all just goes back to the way you were.
It looked like somebody was gonna ask me for a $5 hand job. And she's just straight up saying this to Debbie, like face.
She says, just, I understand it. It's not for everyone. Just you're good then. I don't know. Just come again, I guess. Sometime if you're feeling up to it, but just I don't know. Mr. Debbie just like sort of has his head in his hands, just like leaning against the hat stand, just like so mortified.
Julian's chuckling.
Hans actually flies back over to Julian.
Yeah. I just kind of rub the tear out of his eye a bit and walk
right,
out.
as this transpires, meanwhile, back at Boom Brooms, Gail, what's going on?
Yo, Bob. I want the shitty broom.
You see that Thomas like looks up and then like he looks up. You see his name tag now says Bob.
Yeah, I was inwardly applauding. Oh, and you know what? Just out of pure curiosity, would I have flown a broom before? I know that's weird, but I mean.
No, you would not have. You've never flown a broom before.
But okay. Can I see? Okay. I'm just gonna pick up the shittiest broom. I assume it's the one that's right before the oak. How much does this cost, and how fast is this go? Or is this literally just a normal broom?
That one?
Yeah. First one.
He says, yeah, that's the oak shaft. 15 feet per turn. Just to say, carries 100 pounds. And it's 10 gold. You want it?
No. The other one. The one before that one, because there's 5. I took that was the second one down. It's the first one.
So the one that looks like it's made out of hay.
Yeah,
oh, that
the
one?
really shitty one. I just want to know how bad it is. Oh, is there a second best one then?
Second worst.
He says, the second best one is the
second worst. Sorry, correction.
He says the second worst is the shooting star. It's 35 gold. Goes 25 feet per turn, so to speak. Carries 250 pounds at max.
Deal. Here you go.
35? Yes. Okay, 35 gold then.
Does it have to be 35, or does it have to, or is this a place where you can actually bargain?
You can say whatever you want, but there does not seem to be any haggling rules.
I mean, I'll give it. Can I buy it for 34?
Go and roll persuasion. He says, well, I mean, no, we don't do like bargains, but I mean, like, I guess it is only 1 gold. I mean,
Yeah, come on. Just 1 gold.
And you did make me realize my true name.
he says, you did help me really discover myself. So you know what? I'll give you
Yes.
34 gold.
Yeah. Okay. I get the shooting star. That's amazing.
Thomas.
So I get the shooting star. Also,
So the shooting star broomstick. It's like this. Like the picture's arbitrary as whatever. The actual broom, the wooden shaft that goes to the tip. The end sort of has like this wooden appendage of like this like star at the top, and then the whole thing sort of seems to like exude this style of looking like a comet almost. It's not curved, but like the way that like the lines go throughout the woodwork and the way that the point of the broom sort of like comes and is like finely combed. It looks it looks oddly nice for such a crappy broom.
Hey, 25 feet isn't that crappy.
Oh, it's the second worst. A lot of these brooms all look like amazing. Besides that one, like A lot of these look cool. Like, you start looking around, the most expensive one is 10,000 gold pieces.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that.
It's in like a case, and it's called the Silver Arrow.
Can we put it on lay-by? Fucking hell.
Yeah, just curious. What's the third worst before I buy this?
The third
I'm not gonna buy
worst
it,
the third worst is called the Clean Sweep, and it's 50 gold pieces. It goes 30 feet per turn, and it carries 300 pounds.
Actually, can I get that one for 49? It's the same thing.
Yeah, just screw it,
Why
why not?
Yeah, thank you.